Hello and welcome. This is day 11. Day 11 of 12 days, 12 minutes to a more empowered, confident, clear and motivated you. So yeah, this is day 11. I hope you've listened to the other sessions. If you haven't, they're going to be there for some time yet, but then I am going to move them over into a new closed group, which I'll invite you to. But do make use of those videos while they're there. So today is about creating confidence, and really I'm going to build on and bring together what we've talked about over the last 10 days. So I'm sure you'll be understanding that there's no one theme that sits on its own really. Everything comes together. I have talked about some things before and they come up again. It's because they all link together, and certain elements of it are some of the most powerful, and in there's our thoughts and our words are some of the most powerful opportunities to shift things for us. So that's what we're going to focus on today. So how you feel is a choice. So confidence is a feeling, it's emotion. So confidence is an emotion and a feeling, and how you feel is a choice. It's created by you, by your own thoughts and words. So it's entirely in your power and down to you to be able to create that confidence for yourself. And equally, it's within your power to take it away from yourself. So sometimes we think other people take power away from us, but no one can take power away from us unless we give it to them. So that's something to consider and a whole subject in itself, but just to reflect on that it's within your power to shift this for yourself. So if you're looking to create and have and be more confident, that's something that's entirely in your power. So I'm going to do a really fun exercise today. I actually do this exercise with adults and children alike. So some of the tools are ever so simple, but if you've never used them or you've never come across them, or indeed sometimes, quite often on the program when I'm coaching, clients will say, oh, I know that tool, I know that, I learned that at work, or I learned that when I read this book or that book, but you know what? I just didn't think to use it, or I'm not taking the time out of my life to give myself the space to use that tool. So not all the tools that we might come across when we're coaching together or doing the Mensana program, for example, are new tools. Some of them are very familiar, and some of you might have heard of models in coaching such as the GROW model. But if we're not using those things for ourselves as powerful tools every day, every week in our life, then they're just sitting redundant. So this is a fun exercise I use with children as well as adults because it is so simple and yet it is very powerful. So what I want to do, as I said to you in the notes for today, I hope you've got a pen and paper. So I'm going to give you a moment to run around like a crazy person and find a pen and paper. So off you go. Maybe you're not a crazy person, that's just planted a thought in your mind that you're a crazy person, so apologies for that. What I meant was, you might be sitting there going, oh yeah, I didn't realise I needed a pen and paper, I'll just go and get one. Any bit of paper will do, as long as there's enough space on it to be able to write down some things. So an A4 would be perfect, but equally, God, can you ever remember which way round it is? An A3, which is the smaller one, would be fine as well. So what I want you to do on that bit of paper is I'd like you to draw a person. Now you don't have to be an artist necessarily to do this. Think of a gingerbread sort of shape outline, a gingerbread man or a gingerbread woman outline, a head, 2 arms, 2 legs. Just something simple that you can write within, because this person is you. And to make this easier, I am going to post in the comments a link to a handout which has actually got this on it. So if you really don't want to draw it yourself, there'll be one in there, and there'll be some text, which is actually a free download on my website if you want to go and get that. So anyway, you've drawn this person, and what I want you to do is, and I'll give you some time and space to do this, is I want you to write inside the person all the words that come to you when I ask you to write anything after I am. So what words and what thoughts come to your mind about yourself when you write I am? So I am something. So I'm not going to give you any examples of what those words might be, because that's me planting in your mind thoughts about you. And I don't know, well, I do know lots of you, but I don't know that much about you, so I'm not going to plant that in your mind. So I am, write some words after that. So I just want to give you some space to write that, maybe a minute. Write as much down as you possibly can. Track through the days, track through the week, track through different times of day. When you wake up in the morning, what are you saying to yourself? As you're going to work, or you're taking children to school, or you're going about your day, what are you saying to yourself? What are you thinking? I am something. So of course you've got a chance after this session to do more on that. But what's important about what you've written there is I am are very powerful words, because what you follow them up with shapes you and defines you and shapes your reality. So remember, we talked about your thoughts and your words. Really, you are what you think, you are what you say, and they begin to shape your actions, your thoughts, your behaviours, your choices, your emotions, and shape what comes next for you in life, because you're shaping it with your words. So let's stop for a moment. And because today's session is about confidence, I want you to, and it might be helpful to close your eyes, is to think about a time when you were really confident. So go back to that time. It might have been earlier today, it might have been a week ago, years ago, whenever it was. Think about a time when you were really confident. And if you can't find a time, and that's part of the challenge for you, what do you imagine it feels like? What does it look like? And what are you hearing when you're really confident? Imagine how that feels. So what would you be hearing? What are you saying to yourself? What are others saying to you? How do you feel? What does it look like to feel 110% confident? And if that still hasn't come to you, which I'm sure it has, but who would you model yourself on? Who do you see as being a great model for you that is confident? What do they say? What do they do? How do they behave? What do you hear them saying? How do they carry themselves? What is their posture? What are their words? So what you're doing there is you're creating a powerful image for yourself of how it feels, and particularly what you're saying to yourself when you feel 110% confident. Enjoy how that feels, and know if you can imagine that, you can have that for yourself. And what I want to do is now bring you back. So come back to now and to the piece of paper you've been writing on. And I'd like you to take a look at the words that are on your piece of paper that you wrote after I am. Which words on there are helping you feel more confident? Which ones are building your confidence? When you thought about you were 110% confident, are they the kind of words that you wrote down for yourself? Fantastic if those words and those thoughts are already on that page. That would suggest to me that you are already confident, and that's wonderful. Keep building on that, because there's more we can create for our own confidence. Which words are taking power away from you? Which ones aren't helping you? So you've thought about which ones are helping you feel more confident. Which ones aren't? Which ones do you now notice if you say them about yourself to yourself? I'm going to give you an example, because now I'm not planting, I'm just saying. Maybe you've written on there, I am shy, I am uncertain. How do you think that is playing out for you? What do you think the impact of that is on your own beliefs and your own emotions for yourself, about yourself? So it's not helpful to you. It's not resourceful. And what you say to yourself, you believe. Your subconscious mind goes, right, those are facts. I believe those, and that's what I am and who I am. So with that in mind, what thoughts and words do you choose instead? When you were thinking of yourself as 110% confident, what were you saying to yourself? What were others saying to you? How did you feel? I am. I can. I will. I feel. I do. What are all the most powerful words that you can use to help create confidence and build your confidence for you? Because you recognize now that after all those very powerful words, I can, I am, I do, I feel, whatever you put after them defines your reality for you. And it's entirely within your power to shift that. So I'm here to help, but it's you that can make this change for yourself. So that's really, I think that's it. Gosh, those 12 minutes went quickly today. And, you know, I said it would be 12 minutes each day, but just to close up, I'll put a handout for you on creating confidence and the power of thoughts and words in the chat box, in the comments box for you. And, you know, do try this out. It's a wonderful exercise. You could even try it with the children. Obviously, it doesn't have to centre on confidence. It's just raising awareness around how the thoughts and the words that we use shape our emotions, so we can shape them to be much more positive. So this works just outside of confidence about just for anything in terms of shifting our emotions and our well-being and our positivity in life. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll see you tomorrow for the last session. But you know, actually I have enjoyed this so much, I definitely am going to be back with some more lives on Facebook. But I've talked to you before as well, and I just want to close off with Mensana. So we've got a Mensana starting Wednesday. If you want to join us, let us know. We have got some spaces left, and ideally that group works much better when we've got around 9 or 10 people in there, because actually it's the group, not just the content, that bring that to life for the learning, reflection, enjoyment, and that wonderful social interaction, getting to know some new people and sharing with each other. So do sign up. All right, until tomorrow.